Hello and welcome to today's financial news, brought to you by FX, a multi-regulated Forex broker. Here's what's happening on the markets today.
Tesla stock jumped to $442.79 on Wednesday, extending its nearly 30% rally in September, amid optimism over upcoming product news and the strength of the tech sector. In regular trading on Wednesday, the Dow Jones slipped 0.4%, the S&P 500 declined 0.3%, and the Nasdaq Composite dropped 0.3%, with all three benchmarks extending their pullback from all-time peaks. Gold hovered around $3,735 per ounce on Thursday, holding losses from the previous session, as markets continued to weigh the Federal Reserve's rate outlook. The euro weakened toward $1.17, retreating from a four-year high of $1.19 touched on the previous week, after weaker-than-expected German sentiment weighed on the currency. Ether dropped to around $4,000 this Thursday, decreasing by 3% in the last 24 hours. Looking back, over the last 4 weeks, Ether lost 12%. Now let's review the major economic events of the day. At 12:30 p.m., the U.S. to release the durable goods orders for August, following -2.8% in July. At 12:30 p.m., the gross domestic product growth rate in the U.S. is expected to increase, after reaching -0.5% in the first quarter of 2025. Tomorrow's major economic events. At 12:30 p.m., the U.S. to release the core price index for August, following 0.3% in July. At 12:30 p.m., the personal income in the U.S. is expected to decrease, after reaching 0.4% in July. At 12:30 p.m., the U.S. will release figures for the personal spending of August, following 0.5% in July.
And that's it for today's Market News Roundup, presented by FX. Thanks for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again tomorrow for more financial news.